Now let's talk about outline forms. If we look on page 16, we will see a blue box with the strategy, understanding outlines. Understanding outlines. All right, so when we talk about an outline is something that a writer or a speaker creates before writing an essay, composition, or a speech. And it helps to organize the information and makes it easier for the reader to understand. And in case of us listeners, it makes it easier for listeners to understand. So not all speakers use an outline, but some do. And some instructors will give the students an outline of their lecture that you can use to write your notes on, that will help you organize the main points. So let's look at a typical outline form. All right, so let's look at the paragraph. Instructors often use an outline to prepare a lecture. In a well-organized lecture, the information usually focuses on one particular topic or theme. It has major and minor points. A traditional outline form uses a series of numbers and letters to organize information. Roman numerals. 1 looks like an I, 2, I, and 3, I. Okay? These are Roman numerals, and these are used to indicate major points. And then an indented series of letters, A, B, C, etc., is used to include or to indicate some supporting points, a detail, or an example. Sometimes the lecturer's theme appears in a statement before the Roman numeral. So in Activity 15, Understanding Outline Form, we need to look at the outline on the next page, page 17, and answer the questions. So when we look at the outline in the sample outline form, we can answer these questions. The first question says, how many major points are there in this outline? There are 5 major points, and we can see them here. Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3 looks like I. Roman numeral 4 looks like what? I, V. And then Roman numeral 5 is V. Those are the major points. The second question asks us, how many supporting points are there for the first major point? There are 3. There are 3, and they are labeled A, B, and C. First, second, and third supporting points. Question number 3. How many supporting points are there for the 5th major point? Let's look at that. We have 2, and what are they labeled? A and B, the first and second major points. And the last one is, can you write the Roman numerals from 1 to 10? Can you write them? Yes, you can? Okay, do you want to check yours with mine? Well, I'll show you what mine look like. They look like this. So we have capital I, capital II, capital III. They're all capitals. IV, V, VI, VII, VIII, IX, and X. So what is 10? X. What is 7? VII. What is 9? IX. Okay, you got it. So those are some examples that you will see when you use outline form. Later, when you're in your composition classes, you may learn how to write outlines with these kind of notations. So we are looking at this because on the next few pages, we're going to look at using outlines to take notes. Okay, so look at the master student tip. The master student tip is in the margin of the next page. All right, so if you want to become a master student, not just a normal regular student, but a really good student, then here's a tip for you. If you have an outline of the lecture, use it to listen for the main ideas and use it to recognize how the details support the main ideas. As I said, not all teachers will give you an outline, but some teachers do. Some teachers give it to you in a handout, or nowadays in an electronic handout that you have to download yourself from your web management system like Angel. Now, academic students listen for general ideas and then use the specific details to support their understanding of these main ideas. And this helps them recall the information in the lecture to use in class discussions, in speeches, in written reports, and in tests. And in this activity, you will learn a partial outline. Okay, you will use a partial outline of the lecture in Activity 16. Okay, so for your homework, I asked you to listen to the lecture again and to answer the questions about what's the theme, what are the 6 major points. Actually, we already know that because we already did the previous exercise. But how about this? What are the minor points of each major point? Major and minor. Major are more important things, and the minor points are some details or some explanations that support the major point. So when we look on pages 18 and 19, we should be able to see what you have done. So how about this? First, you and your partner check with each other about your outlines. And I'll walk around and see what I see.